Welcome to the LandLife Podcast with your host, PJ Riley.
Hey guys, welcome to the LandLife Podcast. My name is PJ Riley. I'm coming to you from nice sunny Colorado. It's about 60 degrees outside right now. This morning, I was talking to Ben earlier, but this morning I got to bring my daughter to the airport. She's going out to Panama City. So she's pretty excited about that. She used to live out there, and I had to drop her and her boyfriend off at about 3:30. It's probably gonna be a lot warmer out there for them. But yeah, today I got a good buddy of mine. It's a special interview, Ben DelGrosso. He's a big hard hitter, big baller up there in British Columbia. And yeah, Ben, go ahead and tell him about yourself.
Well, thanks for having me on, PJ. This is awesome. So yeah, a little bit about myself. Basically, Cole's notes of it. January 2020, I quit my job, and then supposed to start a new job in March. Guess what? The world canceled itself. So around April, May, I decided I needed to have a purpose again. So I created my own business, Safe Drive Solutions, based it on dash cameras, and came up with this whole idea that people are going to be working from home. So I'm going to go directly to people's houses, install dash cameras on site. On top of that, I'm going to educate them on site right directly at their house or business, depending. And the main reason why I did that is just so that they don't have to drive around getting quotes. They don't have to drive around dropping their vehicle off. You know, there's all this stuff kind of going on with, people need to sanitize their vehicles and whatever nowadays. So I tried to make everything easy for clients. And needless to say, I'm almost 2 years in, and the business is just continuously growing. And then I joined a networking group, and that's how PJ and I met.
Yes. Yeah. That's I would highly recommend joining groups like that so you can meet people like, Ben. And I would never have known that your business even existed, going, business to business, entering dash cams. Are you doing this all by yourself, or do you have a team? What does your day-to-day look like?
Well, right now, yeah, it's a solo entrepreneur, right? I'd like to think I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm not yet. And right now, I'm definitely working on the business. So right now, Mondays, I'm always recording YouTube videos, doing podcasts myself as well. Depending on the day, I'll be doing podcasts early in the morning at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning. And then I'm on the road usually at 7 or 8 o'clock, going directly to people's homes. Sometimes it's an hour-long commute, and sometimes it's like today, 5 minutes to my first install. So every day is different. But at the end of the day, that's the whole thing, being mobile. I'm not paying for a brick and mortar location, so I'm saving money on that. Plus, I drive an electric vehicle, so I'm not paying for gas, which we all know right now gas prices are ridiculous in the States. What are it, $5-6 a gallon or something like that right now?
It's crazy.
So yeah, I'm definitely skating by all of that and doing installations with clients, usually anywhere from 2 to 4 vehicles per day. And yeah, and then I'm also just finishing school at night. So Monday to Thursdays, I do global supply chain management at school in college. I'm a busy boy.
Wow. So how many podcasts? I was on your podcast. It's amazing. You really absolutely have a high-end podcast. What's the name of the podcast? Where can people find it? I just want to get that out there real quick too.
So the podcast is called Focus on Customer Experience. And you can find it on Spotify, Stitcher. Actually, the easiest way to say is on benjamindelgrosso.com. And you can find all the links there. That's where you can find everything. Very simple to find that way.
Okay, great. And YouTube.
And YouTube,
right?
Yeah. Even the YouTube links are on that website. But yeah, it is on YouTube. That's correct.
Okay, awesome. So let's say I'm brand new in your business. See, the kind of the point of this podcast is to interview people that did something exactly like you did. Your story absolutely is going to inspire a lot of people. Your back was kind of against the wall. You're not 21 years old. You didn't get some sort of huge loan or gift from the family. You had to do this all on your own, right?
Yep, 100%.
That's the point of this podcast. So I want to hear, what advice would you give to somebody in your position that didn't really, their back was against the wall as well. They didn't have a lot of options. What advice would you give somebody just like you?
So, well, wow. When we started, I mean, I had this dream. It was going to be this big. It was going to open in multiple markets. We were going to light it up, and we're going to have 2 other business partners, and all this money was going to be injected, and we were going to have multiple installers on the ground. So I had this whole big dream, and almost all of it came true. And then launch day came, and the other owners weren't involved, and then the technicians were laid off before they were hired. So, it was all just a big mess. So my personal opinion, if you're going to get into business with any partners, make sure you get lawyers involved early on before you even start talking about your business plan. Otherwise, it can get messy. The other thing is it's nice to dream big, have a big vision, but don't start off big. Prove your concept. And I feel like I'm at that point now. I'm 23 months in. I feel like I've proven concept. I could prove that this concept could work in other markets. And the other big thing is just don't give up. If you feel you have a recipe and you keep on going at it over and over and over again, the first 11 months, I was going to give up. I'm not going to lie. I was going to job interviews. I was trying to get jobs. I was like, you know what? Obviously, I don't have what it takes. I lost faith in myself probably 50 times over those 11 months, right?
Yeah. Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, like I just thought, like, man, like I've been a regional manager, I've been a general manager, purchasing manager, operations manager, store manager, technician, salesman. I've done it all. Yeah. How the hell can I not run my own business? And then it was finally all the hard work that I did just started paying off. We started seeing 200, 300, 400% increases from the prior year. And then it's like, okay, I got something here. And the big thing is make sure you listen to your customers. Early on, your customers are going to dictate what you need to do with your business. So many people, when a customer tells you something, they will tell you, hey, I'm finding it hard to find this. Oh, well, why is it hard? Please explain it to me. Take that information, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. And not to steal the show here, PJ, I just want to.
Oh, you're doing great.
Yesterday, actually, no, 2 days ago, sorry. I actually got to do a customer's vehicle and I got to I said, I really need to thank your wife. And he goes, why is that? I go, when I did your wife's vehicle in August last year, in July, when she contacted me, she told me she couldn't find my Google reviews, and she will not do business with people who she can't find their Google reviews. She goes, she liked my website, but she didn't like that she couldn't find it. So I'm on the phone and I'm giving her the whole, well, go to Google Maps and go here and then do this. Yeah. And he goes, well, my wife, she can be a little tough. I'm like, yeah, but I'm thanking you for that. And I really wanted to thank her, because I realized, why am I wasting my time on the phone explaining to people how to do it? So because of that, I spent the next week or two researching how to get Google My Business reviews on my website. And when I did that, my business picked up even more, right? Your clients will tell you what to do. You just need to listen to them. If you keep on having to tell somebody over and over and over again the same thing, sooner or later, you're just a broken record. You need to take action so that you don't have to keep repeating yourself over and over again.
What would you say? Is there anything specific that you do that nobody else in your industry does? Like what sets Safe Drive Solutions completely apart from everybody else in your market?
So right now, currently with all my YouTube videos and currently with the blogs that are written on the website, I am focusing on educating clients instead of trying to sell you something. Most of the competitors are all just trying to sell you a box. So what it turns into, here's this shiny box, right? Well, I wonder if we could sell 10 of those boxes this month, right? You know what? We should write a blog about how great this dash camera is so that we sell more of these dash cameras. Okay. Instead of writing a blog on, this is how parking mode works. This is how the difference between a 1080p and a 2K dash camera. and comparing and educating people. So if you focus on education, for me, I feel that you're setting yourself up for long-term success instead of just trying to sell boxes. Because if all you're doing is trying to sell boxes, sooner or later, if you're selling less boxes, you're going to start having to, lay off staff. You're not going to be successful long run, because everything your business is being built on is just moving boxes.
Wow.
I don't know
Really
if that's
out there and hustling then.
Yeah, like for me, I just want to educate people, and like my mission statement is we want to supply, install, and educate on dash cameras.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you know how Grant Cardone says, if nobody knows you, they're not going to do business with you. So you're kind of getting out there, and through education, you're becoming the guy, like the known guy. Everybody knows who you are because you've actually spent time and really shown that you care about, people out there.
Oh yeah, and being the guy is very important too, because we talk about this in Arete as well, and people will contact me saying, hey, can you install such and such dash camera? Can you install such and such backup camera? And I'll say, sorry, unfortunately, we won't. But if you let me know where you're located, I can let you know who I recommend. And I'll email them back. These are 2 places that I know that will probably install it for you. Please contact them. And usually people say, thanks for letting me know. Because I still want to be the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes you can't help everybody, but you're just showing you actually care about them. Even if it's not, you don't have the right product for them or the right service for them, or if it's just not going to work for whatever other reason.
Yeah.
So got a couple questions I got to ask you. We're going to ask these questions to every guest on the LandLife podcast. One thing started off, what's one thing you're most proud of?
One thing I'm most proud of.
Most proud of. It can be family. It can be business. It can be, you got a great voice. You do have an amazing voice. So that could be it, but go ahead with whatever the one thing is that you're most proud of.
I don't know. I guess I don't know where I don't know if I'm going to sound self-centered, but I guess right now, probably the thing currently I'm most proud of is the fact that I've proven concept of the business and proven that I can do it, and proven that I can build a business. And, for quite a long while, I thought maybe I just can't do this. Maybe someone else needs to do this. I'm still early on in the business, but I would say, yeah, I guess I'm just proud that I was able to pull it off.
Yeah. It's crazy how many people, they just simply don't believe in themselves. It's not bragging at all to say you're glad you did that. You absolutely deserve it too. You should say it out loud and, keep reaffirming that, because you absolutely did something that the vast majority of people would not have done. Most people would have gone back and they would have got a job. You were applying for jobs. They would have accepted whatever job took them, when life was difficult, but you absolutely did something, that, it's unique. It's special. It is important. Next question. Biggest deal or biggest accomplishment within the business itself. And it can be financial. It can be, a contract or something like that. But the biggest thing you've done within this business.
I guess it's kind of weird, because I could use something numerical, you know what I mean, and say that I've already crushed my goals. As of yesterday, I hit my yearly goal, and I have another 6 weeks left in the month in this fiscal year.
Wow.
So that's amazing.
That is.
But for me, probably the biggest thing was getting in front of the video screen.
Yeah.
After I finished 75 hard, I don't know, I just didn't care. Like, for such a long time, I was so worried about what other people were going to think about me on the video camera. And I just said, forget it. I'm going to start making these YouTube videos. Let's see what happens. And I don't know why I left comments off for quite a while, because I was like, oh, what if someone puts like you're ugly or something? I don't know. But then why does it matter? Why does it matter what someone else who's randomly on a keyboard somewhere else in the world thinks about me? All that matters is if I am truly educating and helping clients out, really that's all it should matter at the end of the day. And for me, I think that was the biggest accomplishment that you're asking, right? That was the
Yes,
biggest
absolutely.
accomplishment, was just getting in front of the camera and realizing it's really not that scary. And a lot of people tell me, oh, well, you should lay off and until you got perfect with your YouTube videos and then do it. I'm like, no, you just got to start doing it. And then as you keep doing it, you're going to continuously get better and you're going to get more confident. Just start doing it. Don't be scared. Do it.
Absolutely. Nothing to be scared about, right? You only live once. What's the worst that can happen, right?
I don't know, but that was a good movie.
All right, last question. And Ben came up with this question. So from now on, for the remainder of this podcast life, we're gonna there's got to be an asterisk at the bottom. Just so you know, it is trademarked by Ben, this question. We are the LandLife podcast. I buy and sell vacant land. I buy dirt all over the country. So Ben came up with a great question for our podcast specifically. Now, here's the question. If you could buy land anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
I don't know why I came up with that question because I have to answer it.
Stuck now. You have to answer it. It's an excellent question, and it's all yours.
It's probably going to be an interesting answer here.
Yeah.
But I would probably say I'm just going to say it, Puerto Vallarta.
Okay.
Because I don't know, we almost bought a townhouse out in Bucerias, which is just the outskirts of Puerto Vallarta. We actually had money down, and on the 89th day we pulled out.
Oh, wow.
Right? So we were allowed to pull out with no penalty up to 90 days. We pulled out at like the 89th day at like the 23rd hour or something, right?
Wow.
Like, yeah, it was crazy. And I don't know, we just love Puerto Vallarta. We haven't been back there for a few years, but we love how the people are. Everybody's so friendly. Plus, I love soccer. So I'm always wearing like a soccer jersey, and the locals will, wave at you and laugh at you. So I guess if I'd have to pick anywhere, I'd probably pick Puerto Vallarta.
Okay. That sounds great. So now I have to figure out a way to go buy land in Puerto Vallarta. Do I have to follow up to this question now? I got to figure out how to do that. Okay. I like that. I will take that on my shoulders and I'll run with that. All right, Ben, dude, I really appreciate you coming on, man. I had a great time. How can people get hold of you? How can people contact you? You have websites. Obviously you have the podcast. Let them know everything, exactly how they can get a hold of you. And then I'll also have everything in the show notes here at the bottom as well.
Yeah. So basically, if you want to check our website out, www.safedrivesolutions.ca. Or if you want to check out the podcast, www.benjamindelgrosso.com.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ben, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. LandLife podcast, like, review, put all the stars out there. If you hate it, if you think I'm ugly, put that too. I want to see every possible review that you can.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. I want to see all the reviews. I mean, it was great. It was terrible. I don't like, you're way too bald. Anything you want to say, guys, your background was dumb. Anything, just actually put it on there on the YouTube channel. Like, review, subscribe on YouTube, all that. Ben, thanks, man.
Thanks.